What can we do
Are we enjoying
to
them?
change that? Yeah, we are.
I mean, why do we need a shift?
We need
just
a shift
of cost?
because it's getting
Okay,
outrageously expensive.
Okay.
And there's too many games being made that are competing for attention. And like this year, we talked about like there's there's at least 50 games coming out this year that probably cost $100 million to make. That the majority of people are going to be able to play 2 or 3 of those games. So half of those studios are going to be spending all this time and money on game that's not going to be played. So what can we do to make it to where either more people have time to play more games, or the games are shifted as an industry so that like my thing is, why do we have to have a game like, not bashing God of War, but just because Kratos is in front of us, like why do we have to have a game that
Kratos?
Like, why do games have to have so much extra side content in them? I mean, people want that, but why do they want that? Like, why? I mean, why do we need to spend so much time on?
Off the top of my head, I would think they've created this world and this universe that people really enjoy, and they wanted more of it, right? So,
but what about like
providing more value, more bang for your buck? But then obviously that goes in the cost, and eventually they get that all back. So hopefully, I'm trying to like think that out. I mean, technically they don't need that. They don't need to add more. And that's become a staple in games right now, especially with the open world.
I mean, a lot of people want to like 100% a game. Like they feel like they've achieved something if they like get everything. They do all the side missions, they do all the main stuff. But like me, like as a player, like I play all the main stuff and that's it. And I get satisfied with that. Like I played South Park Stick of Truth as a $60 game. I played the main. Actually, I did 100% South Park Stick of Truth, ironically. But the reason for that is because there was just, almost 100%. I didn't get like 2 of the collectible things.
That's not Brett. That's not Brett. Brett
it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But that there was just enough side stuff where it wasn't overwhelming that I didn't feel like I was going to spend countless hours doing it.
Right.
Like some of it was like kind of just, it was the natural progression of the story. Like you pick up a couple quests, and as you're walking to one of them, there's another one that you can go off and do on the side. And then I could do that easily. I know God of War has that in there too, where like there's just like a quest kind of like on your path as you're going. But my thought is, what if they put less time into making all these side quests a little bit, like putting some of them in there? But I'd like to see think about like Horizon Zero Dawn. Like when that game came out, there were side missions and stuff like that, obviously.
Right.
A lot of content in there. But then what they did that I thought was really clever, I don't know from a financial perspective if this was successful or not, but they added the Frozen Wilds DLC. And that was an area of the world that they had created that they added content into as additional DLC later on. So you had the option to buy into that, pay the $15 to get that additional content, and explore part of a world that was already there, but you just never got to go to it. And that's kind of that was interesting to me and makes sense.
So would you say some of the side content could be put into DLC to expand this universe and to
kind of be an alternative to a free to play,
right?
Like just add more paid, like shorten the core game a little bit, which is like I don't think. I mean,
so you're advocating for people to spend more money on content that should already be in there.
But should it though? Head on over to thegamer.net for our full podcast episode for our weekly game impressions and top headlines of the week.
That's one of me doing an interview. Here's one of all of us. We'll make some cool things.
Brett's also right here.
Like this video, subscribe, keep up with all the latest video game news and opinions that you care about right here on The Inner Gamer.